All right, Service Titan super users. So today I want to talk about alerts because to me, alerts equals accountability. It's Service Titan, one of the best things about it is that it should be able to automate processes and create systems that allow you to hold your team accountable without having to go dig for the information, especially as you grow and you start, you've got 6, 10, 15, 25, 35 trucks. Like you can't keep track of what all the 35 trucks are doing all at one time. Even if you have a service manager and you have it broken down, there's just no way that you can be looking at, you have your dispatcher looking at every job, but is she looking for the same thing or is he looking for the same things you would? And so alerts are a good way to kind of have it identify for you issues, problems, or things to celebrate. And so turn on those alerts so that it just lets you know you can stay informed. And so they're just a really powerful tool. Now, a couple of rules of thumb that I say with alerts is be careful not to overdo it with one person on alerts. Because what I'll find is that if you set up too many alerts on one person, then they start to ignore them, right? Because it's just too much. They're starting to get, 15,000 alerts every single day, and they're not going to check them. So my rule of thumb is this, is that if you're going to set up an alert to send to somebody via text message, it's because it's urgent and it needs to be handled immediately, and they're going to take some kind of action on it. If you're going to set up an alert to go to an email, then it would be semi-urgent. It would need to be something that they take action on. And if it's something where you're just letting them know and they're not ever going to take any action on it, then you can still set up an alert, but make sure that they know that this alert is going to be coming and that they don't need to take action, so that they can set up a rule in their email system to send those to a subfolder. Because what you don't want to do is clog their inbox with things that aren't going to require them to take action. And then what they end up missing are the alerts on the things that do need action taken. So I know that was a long explanation, but for me, like an unbooked job, an unbooked call needs immediate action from management. Like call that customer back, find out if there's any way we can get that job on the board. If it's an unsold job, that needs immediate action, right? Like we want to find out from that technician, why didn't it sell? Was nothing broken? Is it, why did we move? Why did we leave that customer's house without selling any kind of work to that customer? And is there something that we could do better to improve the process? But other things like a bounced email, right? That's more of a yellow. That's more of something that they can do later. They can double check that email. They can call that customer. And so you really want to judge and activate your alerts based on a priority level and letting your people control their own time. So some of the ones that we have set up here, and I just kind of want to introduce you guys to it. There's a great knowledge base article about alerts and what each of them does. And so I'll link that knowledge base article below as well. But what I really want is to show you guys just some of the types of alerts that I think are important. So one is, we're just going to add a new alert here. And one is just go into the alert section. It's under integrations, alerts, and just look at all the different things that you can do, because that's going to give you ideas. Every company and every business owner is different. The things that you want to know versus what other people want to know, it's just really different for each business owner and for each manager. So go in and just see what all the options are here. And it's pretty incredible. So like if you get a chat message, you can set up an alert for that. If a customer views an online estimate or signs the online estimate, if you have online estimates enabled and you don't have this alert enabled, you're in real trouble. Go in and set this up immediately. So then there's going to be other ones where if you do live dispatching, and so your technicians only get one job at a time, and when they complete that job, then they call into the dispatcher and get assigned to the next job, I highly recommend a completed job alert for your dispatcher, so that there's not a situation where your technician completes out of the job, then he has trouble getting through or something like that happens, and he's just sitting there waiting and nobody knows and nobody notices. So it depends on the structure of your business as to what types of alerts you want set up. But my top alerts that I think are absolutely fantastic and every company should have set up are going to be a sold estimate. So if an estimate sells, I like for whoever's in charge of ordering my parts to know about it. I understand that a lot of sold estimates aren't going to require parts to be pulled, but getting this alert is really easy to look at and then dismiss if parts don't need to be ordered. But it kind of allows that's where I can see a lot of customers falling through the cracks. Is the technician sells something, it's a specialty order part, we're not sure when it's going to be able to come in, and it ends up getting dropped through the cracks. 3 days later, the customer calls back in and says, hey, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Parts hasn't even been ordered yet. And it's just a whole mess. So you need a system and a process for making that happen. And one way is to make sure that you've got this sold estimate alert set up. Another thing that is unbooked calls and unsold jobs. Those should have somebody in the company alerted to those so that you can make sure that you're maximizing every single opportunity. And so just go in here. I highly encourage you, look at these alerts and set some up to go to different people in the company. Do not set up every alert to go to everybody and their mom, right? Like that doesn't work. Be very strategic about how you set up alerts, who they go to, and whether or not that person, this is what I ask myself is, if I set up this alert, when the person gets it, are they going to take some kind of action to improve my company or to improve my profitability? And if that's the case, then you're on the right track. So that's my 2 cents about alerts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything that you specific want a video about, and I'd be happy to make one and talk about it. I've been on ServiceTitan for about 4.5 years. And so I am a super nerd when it comes to ServiceTitan. So just let me know if there's anything you've got questions about, and I'm happy to shoot a video out about it.